Hello, Gemini. Happy solar return to you, and welcome to your reading for the month of June. If you're new here, I'm Jenny, and I'm a shamanic healer. I'm a women's coach, and I also make these YouTube videos here where I do oracle card readings at least once a month, and I do some guided meditations as well. Now, I thought that I had a message that was just for the first couple of signs, Aries and Taurus, but I took a little break in between filming, and while I was taking my break, I just got circled by this crow. I thought the crow was just coming for the earlier signs because I was outside meditating in between each, and I kept seeing this crow, and then when I started filming it was going back and forth, zigzagging. Sure, the crow could be for me, but my guides are saying that the crow is here for you as well. So I'm going to start us off today with a message from the Animal Spirit Guidebook by Stephen Farmer. And the crow shows up for us when we're on the verge of manifesting something that we've been working towards for a while. Yes, please, I received that. The crow also shows up to remind us to be very watchful over the next couple of days for any clear omens or signs that will guide you and teach you. The crow reminds us to expect a big change very soon. And the crow also tells us that you've noticed something that's out of balance or an injustice that hasn't been addressed, and it's important to speak up about that. And finally, the crow tells us that you're about to get a glimpse into some future events that affect you directly. You'll have to let me know in the comments if you're resonating with that, or maybe you've seen crows as well. I found a crow feather this morning. It was perfect, long, black, a beautiful crow feather. And then, like I said, in between calls, it was flying around all over the place, flying around right outside this window here. Now, before I get into the reading and any messages that are for the Gemini Collective for the month ahead for your birthday season, I am just going to use a little bit of Palo Santo, and I want you to trust that even if you're not in the presence of the smoke or the smell, that the spirit of Palo Santo is cleansing any dark energy, raising your frequency of not only your physical self and your energetic self, but also your environment, wherever you are, where you're watching this video. And then I'm going to get into some cards by the Intuitive Life Coaching Oracle. This is by Kelly Smith. I love this deck. I call it my OG deck and my tough love deck because it's the one that I've used the longest and the most. I use it in all my one-on-one sessions. I use it in my retreats that I host and also in my weekly group coaching calls. And then if you are joining me for the extended reading at the very end, after we get into some cards from the Intuitive Life Coaching Oracle about your general energy for the month of June and what you can expect and what might be challenging you, we'll also pull a card from the Goddess Oracle by Colette Baron Reed, in the extended reading. And in the extended reading, we're also going to pull a card from the Inspire, Change, and Healing. This is by Cindy Smith, and it will give us a message from an archangel as well as a crystal. But let's get started here first with the Intuitive Life Coaching Oracle. And tell me, Spirit, what is the primary energy for the Gemini Collective for the month ahead? Whether that's June or whenever this video might find you. I don't believe in coincidences, so I believe you're meant to receive this message exactly when you find it. I'm always really interested to see when I get a like on a video that's like a year old or 2 years old, and I'm like, oh wow, okay, you were watching that. Bring it out from the woodworks. What does the Gemini Collective need to know for their birthday season? Okay, I'm getting hidden treasures for you. So some of you are already aware of the gifts that you have. Maybe you are somebody who can also read cards. Maybe you can see spirit. Maybe you can hear spirit. Maybe you can sense spirit or other energies. Maybe you can feel spirit. You have a strong intuition, a strong inner knowing, a strong gut feeling. For some of you, I feel that you know things and you don't even know how you know them. And maybe you've been mustering them up to a coincidence, like, oh, well, that must have been a coincidence that I thought that, or that I felt that, or that I sensed that. There's no such thing as a coincidence, okay? There's no such thing. You have gifts that are available to you right now. And it really strongly feels to me, Gemini, that many of you are going to be able to tap into these gifts in the month of June. They might feel new. They might feel a little bit scary even. They could be overwhelming. There's that crow again. There's that crow again. But this says you have brilliant untapped potential just waiting to be explored. And if I'm remembering correctly, the crow did say something about that you will have a message that comes through. I really feel that some of you are going to connect in with your intuition. Now, as a women's coach, I talk a lot about how it's easier to channel our gifts, our higher self, our spirit guides and allies, spirit source, whatever you want to call it, when we nourish our temple. That's why my 16-week program is called Nourish Your Temple. So you may want to consider, your mind, your body, your soul. Is there anything that's getting in the way of you tapping into these gifts? But yes, so the crow again tells us to be watchful over the next couple of days for any clear omens or signs that will guide and teach you. So again, you're getting hidden treasure. So it feels to me that some of you are becoming more connected with your own intuitive gifts. And that's a beautiful thing. When I want to really channel the best that I possibly can, I make sure that I've got enough sleep, that I've got enough water, that I've cleansed my energy, grounded my energy, protected my energy. That's why I like to go outside in between these videos and just take a little bit of a grounding break, connect with the earth, really bring myself back and be present. And I think that's so important for so many of us. If we're filling our body full of junk food, ultra processed food, that type of thing, it's not as easy to channel. It feels like there's interference, there's heaviness. When we don't move our bodies and we are stuck with all this like stiffness in our joints and our muscles, then yeah, it can make channeling a little bit more challenging. And then of course, if we are numbing out on our phones or with alcohol or whatever our current flavor of self-sabotage is at the moment, that can absolutely hinder us from being able to have that clear channel and being able to connect with our intuitive gifts. I love when I do readings and somebody asks me what are their gifts. I like to use a pendulum, and I can clearly see what are the gifts that they already have access to that they're not currently yet utilizing. So if that's something that is speaking to you, then you can find the link for my one-on-one sessions down below in the comments. That's where you'll find the link to the extended reading as well. And I can just see this crow. He's just hanging out down there. He's hopping around like fluttering hop. He's just hanging out on the grounds. I'm getting auric field for you as well. So Gemini, there's definitely something here about cleansing your energy, protecting your energy, grounding your energy. And if you're a cross watcher, if you watch for your sun, your moon, your rising, or anywhere else inside of your chart, you may have heard this before. This isn't the first time this month that this auric field card has come up. So what was I just saying about being able to channel, being that clear channel? You've got to cleanse your energy in order to do that, especially for those of you who consider yourselves empaths, right? Like if you have everybody else's energy on you and you feel like you're getting an intuitive nudge or an intuitive hit, or some people call them downloads, but you've got everybody else's energy on you, well, there could be some interference there. It's so important to cleanse your energy. I recommend cleansing, grounding, protecting your energy every single day. But for those of us who work with a lot of people, specifically if you are working in this field, if you are a healer or an intuitive in any way, shape, or form, you likely need to manage your energy multiple times a day. I had a mentor once who said, if I could teach you any one thing, it would be to manage your energy. And that was years ago, and I didn't quite understand the importance of that. And now today I teach my clients in my retreats and in my one-on-one programs and in my group programs. I am always talking about the importance of energy management. The universe will send us the same lesson over and over and over again until we actually learn it. So if this is coming up for you again, I want you to take that as a sign from the universe that, okay, you don't have to learn this lesson over and over and over again. You don't have to have these experiences where you're feeling so drained, so overwhelmed, so stressed out because you didn't manage your energy. Like if you're an empath, half of the anxiety and the overwhelm, maybe even more than half that you're feeling, it's not even yours at all. You're just picking it up because you are an empath, because you're able to intuitively connect with other people's energy. And you can feel that stress, you can feel that fear, you can feel that worry, that doubt, that scarcity, that insecurity. And instead of just feeling it and transmuting it, you are picking it up and taking it as your own. So how do you cleanse your energy? There's a number of different ways. I love sage because it's like the big guns coming into a relationship with the spirit of sage. She's a grandmother spirit. She wants to help cleanse your energy. And then we've got Palo Santo, of course. You can always use Florida water. I love to put Florida water into a little spray bottle. It just makes it really easy to spray around. It does come in a big bottle. You want to make sure you get the Florida water from Peru, though. There's a New Jersey or a New York factory and a Peru factory. Get the stuff from Peru. That's the good stuff. You can use pink Himalayan salt baths. If you can't fully submerge yourself in a salt bath, then you could wash your hands with salt water, or you could soak your feet in salt water. You can also use bells. Bells are really powerful. energy cleanser, any type of bells. There's no right or wrong here, but a bell can definitely be helpful. Maybe you even felt a difference just as soon as I started ringing this bell. Maybe you noticed a difference in the energy of yourself, your physical body, your energy body, or even your environment. But there's definitely something here. And then when it comes to grounding's easy. Just go outside, right? Go outside, take your feet off, put your phone down. Put your phone down, okay? You can't be on your phone and grounded at the same time. Impossible. And then protection, that's really unique to each and every one of us. You take what resonates with you, leave what doesn't. For some of us, we like to pray for protection. For some of us, we like to call in protective spirit guides and allies. Grandmother Jaguar is a very protective spirit guide. Ask her to, encircle you and keep you protected. You can create some chi, some energy with your hands, and you can put up like a bird cage or a bubble, some sort of protective orb around you. There's lots of different ways to call in protection. You can ask Archangel Michael for protection. I could go on and on. Take what resonates with you, but cleanse, ground, protect your energy, Gemini. This is really important for your month ahead, okay? Let's see, what is going to be the biggest challenge for the Gemini collective in the month ahead, please, Spirit? What is the biggest challenge for the Gemini collective? Okay, I'm getting entrepreneur, and this is a master number 55, so lots of change coming in for you. Okay, if you had hidden treasure talking about your gifts, and now you have entrepreneur talking about opportunities that could be unfolding for you, I really feel like there are probably a lot of you, and please do let me know in the comments, who are wondering and contemplating on how they can create a career using their gifts. And I love these types of readings. Business readings are something I'm super passionate about, because I believe that we all have gifts to share with the world. And when we show up in service using our gifts, then we are going to receive the abundance that is available to us. And I don't just mean, pulling cards and doing readings and having energy healing sessions. Those things, yes, of course, can be absolutely the service that we're meant to show up in. But I mean anything that brings you joy. My husband, he makes these metal signs. You can see one on the back there, and you can see a part of one here. And he makes these metal signs, okay? Nothing to do with healing, nothing to do with energy work. But let me tell you something. He loves to make these. He loves to be creative. He loves to be, he's really handy. He likes to make things with his hands. And most importantly, he loves to see the look on people's faces when they receive their order, especially when it's a gift, when it's a surprise. They're like, oh my gosh, look at that. He does a lot of custom address signs, and that's so unique and it's so important, right? Like every single person who drives by your house, every single person who comes to your house, they're all going to see this address sign. And it's really important to a lot of people. They want it to look a certain way. They want it to be a certain size. They want it to have different features and attributes and all these things. And when he can bring someone's vision to life and show them this actual tangible thing in their hands, it lights them up, and that makes him feel so good. That is the service. Did you guys just see that shadow? That was that crow going by again. This crow is serious business. He's like, I got a message for all of you. So whether your side hustle or your career or your passion project, whether it's something that you are creating that's tangible in the terms of a product, or if it's intangible in terms of a service, there's definitely something for you here. So if you've been thinking about it, let this be your sign. And again, it's master number 55. You might even be seeing the number 55 or 555. Let me know in the comments if you are, because that is a definite sign. And how can the Gemini collective, how do I word this? I want, like, if that's your challenge, if that's your biggest challenge, how can the Gemini collective move through this challenge, please? Okay, I'm feeling like there's two here for you. Okay, look at this. So you got energy healer. So some more validation and confirmation. You got hidden treasure earlier, energy healer now. And if you are an energy healer, then you most definitely have to pay extra attention to this auric field card, okay? Energy healers, we need to cleanse, ground, protect our energy more than anybody else, more than anybody. I mean, we all need to, right? When the energy healer card comes up, it says that your natural ability to heal yourself and to heal others is needed in the world right now. So this entrepreneur card, again, I feel like a lot of you are using your gifts to show up in service. Maybe you already are and you're not sure how to scale, how to grow, or maybe you are thinking about how to start. Maybe you're not even certified in anything or trained in anything. You just know that you have something, and maybe this is your sign to train in a modality. You don't have to train, but it's important to get some experience under your belt and learn, right? Many of us have had past lives as healers, so we can easily access our gifts and anything that we've learned in past lives through journey work, through meditations. The second card that came out was the Void. So this is a card of self-sabotage. How are you numbing out? So if your soul is calling for you to create something for yourself, again, a side hustle, a business, a career, and you're getting the void, this tells me that you might be covering up the emptiness or the pain through an addiction. The void is like the devil card in tarot. It's all about like addiction. So maybe you're addicted to your phone. Maybe you're doom scrolling all the time, and that's stopping you from taking any action towards this entrepreneur card. Maybe you're numbing it with a substance. Food, a lot of people emotionally eat. Drugs, alcohol, we've normalized the use of alcohol all over the world, and what does it do? It keeps us stuck. It lowers our vibration. A lot of us are here on this journey and we're working so hard at raising our vibration, and then we have a glass of wine after work, and what do? We lower our vibration. It's counterproductive to what we're trying to do. So this is going to hit every Gemini a little bit differently, and again, you might be reading for your sun, your moon, your rising, or anywhere else in your chart, so it's going to affect us all in a different way. But when the void comes up, it tells me that there's definitely something that you're doing to sabotage yourself, something that you're doing to get in your own way. So what is that, Gemini? And how can you move through that resistance? I'll tell you, the number one way to move through any type of self-sabotage is to take some sort of action. Maybe that action is to create that social media post. Maybe that action is to reach out to someone who you think might want to work with you. Maybe it is to sign up for that course or to sign up for that healing modality. Whatever it is, it's to take some sort of action, okay? I'm so curious. What are these side hustles? What are these new businesses? And any last words of wisdom for the Gemini Collective before we move into the extended reading, please? Okay, I'm getting intuition. You're learning to embrace your inner knowing. You got 3 cards all about intuition. You got hidden treasures, you got energy healer, and now you get intuition. Gemini, your gifts are opening way up. Way up this month, okay? I'm super excited for what that's going to mean for you, because the more we are in touch with our own intuition, the more we can listen to our soul, and our soul is constantly guiding us to the highest, most aligned timeline, our highest, most aligned path, purpose, destiny. The more we can connect in with our intuition, I like to think of it as like, the angel and the devil on the shoulders. It's like the ego. The ego is saying, no, let's have another drink. No, pick up your phone. Let's self-sabotage. We're not good enough. We have imposter syndrome. Who's going to hire you? No one's going to hire you. And then we've got the soul on the other side saying, let's go. Let's do this. This is for us. We wouldn't have the desire if it weren't for us. So let's get moving, Gemini. I'm so excited for you. If you're joining me on the extended reading, I will see you over there. We'll look at the Goddess Oracle. We'll look at the crystals and archangels. If this reading was speaking to you, I would so appreciate if you could hit that like button. You guys know how the algorithm works. The more people who like this video, the more people who will see this video. The more people who see this video, the more likely I am to show up and make more of them. And if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, please do consider hitting that subscribe button. And if you'd like to join me on the extended reading, you can find that link down below in the comments.